Well, hello YouTube and welcome to my first ever video for this channel. I'm Jordan and I'm just gonna quickly share a few things that I wanted to say at the beginning of this video before hopping into the look I did. I just wanted to start off by saying that this is gonna be a channel where I want to come to share my passion for makeup. I've loved beauty and I loved makeup and I loved YouTube and watching other YouTubers for so long, and I never really felt comfortable or really like I could do this too. I always thought to myself like, oh Jordan, you don't know everything, or you don't have enough products, or you don't have enough lighting or camera equipment. And maybe I don't, but that's okay. You know, I know when I was creating this video I had fun and it was something that I love to do, and I love sitting down to do my makeup, and I love looking at products, I love getting products, I love just everything that the beauty world is. I love the people in it, I love the atmosphere it creates, and I love the supportiveness that YouTube provides, a platform where anyone could do this. And I wanted to be a part of that. So I decided I was going to create this channel today, and I got over all those fears and I just did it. And yeah, I know my camera doesn't always focus, and yeah, I know that my lighting is imperfect. And I know that I don't own all nice products. I love drugstore products and I think they're great, but you know, you don't see that much of it on YouTube, especially not the people who have like 2 million, 3 million subscribers. And although they're super fun to watch, it almost feels distant. And I didn't want this to feel distant. I wanted this to be real. And so that's what I'm trying to do here today. So when I thought about what I wanted my look to be or what I wanted to create, I went back and I looked at my first ever picture that I had taken of my makeup, and it was January 15th, 2010. So I must have been in like 6th grade, 5th grade, 6th grade, and I think it was supposed to be a winged liner. Sorry, I'm looking in the viewfinder, but I'm not really sure. It's this clump of glitter and it's a little smoky. There's some concealer right there that doesn't match my skin tone. But that's okay, because I remember being so proud of this look and loving it and feeling so beautiful that I wanted to recreate that, and I wanted it to be able to look back at this video someday in like 5 years and be like, okay, so that was me recreating something from 2010, and maybe in like 2020 I'll recreate something that I did in 2016. And I thought this would be so fun to just show my journey and show where I started and where where I'm going to go. So this is what I did. I did a recreation of that look of a silver winged liner with a bold lip, and I put my own little spin on it of what I would do nowadays. So if you guys want to see how I got this look, please keep watching. And if you're interested or maybe curious about what other videos I will do or what other looks I'm going to create, or you just want to be part of an atmosphere where it shouldn't feel like you need to go get all these products or you have to have the right lighting or everything has to be perfect, then please subscribe. I would love it. Thank you guys so much, and thanks for watching. I'm first going to start off this look by priming my face, and I'm using the Nivea Men's Aftershave and Sensitive. If you guys watch Nikki tutorials, you know that she uses this all the time. It contains glycerin, which helps make your skin tacky. It also creates a nice layer for you to apply your foundation. It looks so smooth and so even. It's amazing. You should definitely try it out. I'm going to go in with 2 foundations. I fake tan, so it's really hard for me to find just one solid foundation color that always matches, so I'm constantly making a little foundation cocktail, and I'm using the Estée Lauder Double Wear Foundation in Ivory Nude, and then my favorite drugstore foundation, which is the Maybelline Matte and Poreless in 228. I'm going in with the Sigma Angled Kabuki brush, and I'm just going to dab this into my skin, and I'm going to take a damp beauty blender and really make sure that everything's even and I have no extra product left over. I'm going to go in with my favorite concealer at the moment. This is the Urban Decay Naked Weightless Skin Concealer in Light. I'm just applying this to the high points of my face. I want to apologize right now if my voice sounds really gargly and I'm slurring my words or I don't have great diction. I have a horrible cold right now, so I'm just going to try to power through this voice through, but I just wanted to throw that one out there. I'm also going to bring this concealer onto my eyelids as well because I use concealer for an eyelid primer. It's just such an easy way to prime my lids, and it doesn't require me buying an extra product, and it's the best concealer that I have found that actually works and doubles as a primer. And I'm going to take and I'm going to bake my face. If you guys are not into the baking trend right now, you can just skip this. I'm using the Airspun translucent powder. I love it. It's inexpensive. You can find it at the drugstore and it works amazing. I just take my beauty blender, I dip it into the product, and I just apply that powder right on my face. And I'm going to go in with my Holy Grail powder. I love this. A little goes such a long way. It's an expensive powder, but like I said, you're really getting your money's worth. It's the Lancôme Dual Finish. Mine is in Porcelaine, and I'm using a large fluffy brush, and I'm applying this anywhere where I'm not baking, and I'm making sure to apply it onto my neck. If you guys put foundation on your neck, you guys have to remember to always set it as well. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to start bronzing. I'm using a large fluffy brush and the Makeup Forever Pro Bronze Fusion and 30M. Using a larger fluffy brush just makes it eliminate any streaks, and it gives the most natural finish. I'm just doing the outside of my face and on my cheekbones, on my neck, and then under my chin. If you guys put it under your chin, it creates the illusion like you are hiding your chin. It can thin it out, and then poof, your double chin's gone. I will use it all the time. It's such an amazing little trick. And then I'm going to go and I'm going to darken my contour a little bit. I'm using the NYC Sunny Bronze. This is so amazing. It's identical to Benefit's Hoola, so if you guys already have Hoola or you have this product, then you don't need to get the other one. I always recommend the NYC Sunny a little bit more to my friends and family because it is so much less expensive, but they're both great products. I'm just going to go and I'm going to clean that up a little bit with that powder and with my Beauty Blender again. You don't have to do this. If you didn't do it before, just skip that. I'm going to go in, I'm going to start doing my brows. I'm using the Flawless Brow Trio by BH. This is such a great brow product if you're not looking to break your bank. I'm going to go in, and I'm actually going to grab a spoolie at first. Using a spoolie, like, all the time. You should always use a spoolie when you do your brows. It makes them look the most natural. And I'm going to do this, and I'm going to brush all my brow hair down. I'm going to create a little line at the top of my brow using the pomade shade. This is just going to create a nice definition, and it's going to make my shape so much more defined. I'm going to do the same thing at the bottom, create another line with the pomade. I'm going to avoid putting a lot of product at the beginning of my brow, just the smallest line. By doing this, I'm going to create a nice space where I can go back in with a lighter powder and create a more natural looking beginning of my brow so that they don't look boxy. That's exactly what I'm going to be doing here. I'm taking that lighter shade. I'm just applying a little bit on my brush, setting the rest of the pomade to make it look natural and blend, and then I'm just applying small strokes to the beginning of my brow. Wow, guys, I'm so out of breath. This cold is kicking my butt right now. But I'm just going to take that darker shade and apply it to the tail of my brow so that everything is seamless and it all looks nice and defined and blended. I'm doing my other one off camera. And then I also set my brows with the Anastasia Brow Wiz and carved them out with a little bit of the concealer. Just brushing off the extra powder right now that we had from baking. You can leave it on all the way till the end of your face, but I wanted to apply my blush next, so I didn't want any on my apples of my cheeks. I'm taking the Milani powder brush. This one is in Tea Rose. A tip if you guys are heavy-handed with blush like I know I am, using a dual fiber brush is just going to save your life. It prevents you from putting too much on, whereas a powder brush you're just going to go on and it can be really pigmented. A dual fiber brush I found works a little bit better. Then going in with the cult favorite, this is MAC Soft and Gentle. I didn't want an extreme highlight, so I'm just applying a little on a fan brush. This one is from Sigma, and then I'm applying it on the cheekbones, down the center of my nose, on the tip of my nose, a little bit on my forehead, and then on my cupid's bow, of course. After we have highlighted everything and everything looks good, we're going to move on to our eyes. I'm going to be using all Makeup Geek shadows for this video. I apologize. I'll have more variety in the future, but these are just what I had on hand at the moment. Taking Peach Smoothie and a large fluffy brush, I'm just blending this into my crease. I noticed it was like the exact same color as my skin, so I picked up Creme Brulee next, and I'm just taking this same exact brush and just really blending this into my crease so that it's smooth, it looks even, and everything is ready to go. Then I'm just going to go in with another blending brush because I'm very strict about my blending. I'm just going to take this and I'm going to blend. Then using a large shader brush and Weightless from Makeup Geek, I'm applying this all over to the center of my lid. I didn't like the color payoff as much as I thought I was going to, so I'm just going to take a little bit on my finger and apply that right over. If you guys don't like the color payoff that you have with an eyeshadow or with any pigment or glitter, applying it on your finger works a lot better. I found not always, but for this particular look, it worked a lot better. Now I'm taking Mocha by Makeup Geek and a small pencil brush, and I'm just going to start to define the outer V of my eye. This is great for hooded eyes. I know I have really small looking eyes. By doing this trick, you're just going to make a little bit more definition, and it's going to create a little bit of a more rounded eye look. It's going to help open up your eye, and it's just going to look a lot bigger. So if you have hooded eyes, make sure to do this step if you want to. I'm not saying that any of these steps you have to do, but this is a really great trick. I'm just, again, blending. You guys know that blending is the most important part of any eye look. So I'm just going to blend this into my crease, not too far up, but not too far down so it doesn't do any of its job that it's supposed to, but not too far up where it looks messy. And I'm going to go in with eyeliner. I'm taking my NYC liquid liner. This is my favorite liner of all time. You can find it at the drugstore. It's inexpensive and it creates the perfect line every time. I'm just going in and I'm creating my shape and I'm going to lightly fill it in. I didn't get as black as I wanted it to be, which I guess is the only downfall of this liner. So I'm going to go in with the Inglot gel liner and a small angled wing liner brush. This one is from Sigma. It's my favorite. It's the only one I'll use when I go in with a gel liner. I'm just going to really darken up this line. It was really hard to do on camera, guys, so I'm actually going to do the next one off camera. Also, I forgot to mention, if you want to clean it up, using that liner works great. Then I'm going to go in with silver, which is the main point of this tutorial. And I started using the Ellen Tracy liner. I didn't like it, I'm not going to lie. So I'm next taking a small little liner brush. This one is from Real Techniques, putting a little eye drops on it and then applying high wire right on top of that so it looks a little more glittery, and then cleaning up the black liner again using the NYC liquid liner just so you have a little bit more definition and there's no glitter on that black. Next, I'm just going to take L'Oreal Telescopic mascara and I'm just going to apply one base because I am going to go in with falsies, which are optional, so if you just want to apply a lot of mascara, that's fine. These are the Ardell Demi Wispies, and I'm using the House of Lashes glue in black. It's my favorite. I'm taking tweezers and just applying these as close to my lash line as I can get them. So that is how I do lashes, only however with the tweezers. Then just applying another coat of mascara. And then this step is also optional. Again, if you have hooded eyes, I highly recommend it. It just makes your eyes look a little bit larger. This is the white liner from NYX. It's amazing. I just applied it right into my waterline. As you can see, I kind of got out of the camera for this. I was actually testing it because I didn't know if this was the liner I wanted to use or not. And I'm sorry, guys, I do not know the name of this liner. It's like all in a foreign language. I bought a ton of them off Zulily last year, but it's the perfect berry shade, so I couldn't not use it. It looked so amazing with this look. But again, I'm so sorry, I do not know the name. But any berry shade that you have is going to work just fine. I'm just going to line my lips. It almost looks like I'm overlining, but I actually have really, really uneven lips, so I'm actually going back and forth just trying to make them match. You guys know the struggle. And if you get a little carried away, don't worry, you can always carve them out with concealer. You guys are going to see me use the concealer trick at the end of the video. It works miracles. I recommend it, especially with any darker lip shade. You can usually get away with a little bit of a messy line if you're working with a nude, but with a berry, it's really, really hard to hide a messy liner job. So next we're just going to go in with the Balm's Meet Matthews liquid lipstick. This is my favorite liquid lipstick formula ever. It's not too dry. It doesn't flake on me. I've had problems with the Anastasia ones really drying out my lips, so I don't usually grab them. But this one I've been reaching for all the time. It's my favorite formula, and I'm definitely going to have to pick up more shades. I recommend this to anyone who wants a liquid matte lipstick but doesn't want their lips to be dry or flaky. So this one is perfect. It's from the Balm, and I buy all my Balm products at Kohl's, actually. Again, I'm just going to, and I'm going to use the concealer trick and just carve out my lips. I got a little bit of messy job. I quickly want to mention that I forgot to brush off the powder from under my cheekbone, but you guys can make sure to do that. Other than that, that is the completed look. Thank you so much for making it to the end of the video, and through all of my mess ups and my camera unfocusing, you guys are real champs. If you want to see other looks that I'm going to create in the future or enjoy this channel, please make sure to subscribe. It would mean the world to me. Thanks, guys!